Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Hello students, once again I am here with chapter number 13, South Asia in the post-Cold War era, Political Science, class 12th. Now this is contemporary South Asia where we could see Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Maldives and Sri Lanka in this map. Now what we are going to do in this chapter, that is what is the South Asia, the military and the democracy in Pakistan, democracy in Bangladesh, ethnic conflict and democracy in Sri Lanka, Indo-Pakistan conflicts, SAARC and SAFTA, role and limitations. Now what is South Asia? You could see here like Bangladesh and Bhutan, India and Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Here we could see in the map these countries. Now, South Asia in the post-Cold War. Let's see what. All countries were colonies that they became independent after 1945. So this was a common thing that they all became independent after 1945. Rivalry and goodwill, hope and despair, mutual suspicion and trust coexist in the turbulent region. Then countries have no clear democratic international borders as they were under the colonial ruler borders assigned before the grant of independence, were not based on the geographical or ethnic factors. Disputes continue due to arbitrarily defined borders. Then countries also have disputes of sharing of river waters. Exactly. Then there is a multiplicity of ethnic tribes and diverse cultures and religions. Ethnic strifes on resource sharing and insurgency characterize the regions. The domestic policies determines conflicts in cooperation in South Asia. Insurgency and wars have characterized the region. Now, what is the geography of the region? Afghanistan and Myanmar are often included in South Asian regions as these were two also parts of British colonial extent. And China clearly separated the Himalayas is important, but it is not part of South Asia. And the main geographical insularity to the South Asian region is provided by the Great Himalayas in the north, Indian Ocean in the south, the Bay of Bengal in the east, and the Arabian Sea in the west. The clearly defined geographical divide has made the region distinctive on basis of linguistic, social and cultural factors. The region stands for diversity in one geopolitical space. Now the political system in South Asia, it is different political system exists in 7 countries in the region. Now how they are different in the governance. Now parliamentary democracies are in Sri Lanka and India. Then presidential democracy Maldives from 1968 was it sustained earlier and Bangladesh from 72 to 75 and 91 onwards. Then monarchy, Bhutan has a monarch who is encouraging transition to multi-party system, and then Nepal, monarchy up to 2006, democracy restored and king is now a nominal head. Then military rule followed by democracy after 1971. Bangladesh was East Pakistan from 1947 to 1971. And in beginning as a parliamentary democracy, it changed to president form. In 1975, the first president was assassinated in a military coup and dictatorship continued till 1991. Thereafter, multi-party based presidential form exists. And military dictatorship with a titular elected prime minister in Pakistan. Now, what are the aspirations of democracy? A recent survey of the attitude of the people in the 5 big countries of the region showed that these widespread support for democracy in all these countries. Ordinary citizens, rich as well as poor and belonging to different religions, view the idea of democracy positively and support the institutions of the representative democracy. They prefer democracy over any other form of democracy and think that democracy is suitable for their country. Now let's go for the military and the democracy in Pakistan. Let's see this flow chart. General Ayub Khan after military takeover in 1966. Then General Yahya Khan. East Pakistan broke and Bangladesh emerged, elected government in power. Then Zulfikar Ali Bhutto 1971 to 77. Zia deposed Bhutto in a military coup and declared martial law in 1977. Then General Zia ul Haq Jia faced a predominant democracy movement among 1982 onwards. An elected democratic government was established in 1988. Then Benazir Bhutto. In the period that followed, Pakistani politics centered around the competition between her party, the Pakistan People's Party, and the Muslim League. The phase of elective democracy lasted till 1999, when a military stepped in again and Nawaz Sharif was removed. General Pervez Musharraf in 2001 he got himself elected as the president, and Pakistan continues to be ruled by the army, and through the army rulers have held some elections to give the rule a democratic image. Now, Pakistan is the first military rule in Pakistan where General Yahya Khan, the reason for this popular dissatisfaction against the rule of General Ayub Khan, and after this, a government was formed under the leadership of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto from 71 to 77. And Bhutto government was removed by General Ziaul Haq but had to face predominance movement from 1982 onwards. And again in 1988, an elected democratic government was established under Benazir Bhutto, but had to face competition among the Pakistan People's Party and the Muslim League. An army stepped in again, and General Pervez Musharraf removed Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and General Musharraf got himself elected as the president in 2001. And General Pervez Musharraf was a dictator. And there were several factors which led to the failure of Pakistan in building a stable democracy. There is social dominance of army and religious and landowners, and often warlike situations exist between India and Pakistan. Now, this is the current Prime Minister Imran Ahmad Khan and the President. And what are the factors which have contributed Pakistan's failure in building suitable democracy? The social dominance of the military clergy and land-owning aristocracy has led to the frequent overthrow of elected government and the establishment of military government. Now, social dominance of military means military is more powerful than clergies and the landowner aristocrats. They have dominance over the society and over through the elected government so many times. So that is why the establishment of military government is there. Now, the Pakistan's conflict with India has made pro-military groups more powerful, and these groups have often said that political parties and the democracy in Pakistan are flawed, that Pakistan's security would be harmed by selfish-minded parties, and chaotic democracy that as the armies stay in power is therefore justified. Now, what are the Indian and Pakistan conflicts? You know, the biggest conflict is Kashmir here. After independence, both India and Pakistan got involved in issues related to Kashmir. It led to wars in 1947 to 48 and 65, which failed to settle the matter. Both the countries faced conflict over strategic issues like the control of the Siachen Glacier and over acquisition of arms, and both the countries continued to be suspicious of each other over security issues. And another issue of conflict among the two countries is over the sharing of river water of Indus River system. That means major is Kashmir and Indus River system. And then the two countries are not in agreement over the demarcation line in the Sir Creek and the run of Kutch. Now let's see, one picture question is there. What does this cartoon depict and what does it speak about? And what person in the cartoon tried to do? Dual role of Pakistan's ruler Pervez Musharraf and the president as the army general is the answer of the first one. He is the one who has been depicted here. And the cartoon speaks about dominance of one person military more than that of the president. And it shows the nation of the Pervez Musharraf wants to command the administration and the military of the country to strengthen his power. Now, Sheikh Hasina, the Prime Minister, Muhammad Abdul Hamid, President and father of Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and these all are the bases of democracy in Bangladesh.